Now.
Alright, so we've been working on drums the last couple classes. Today we're going to learn even more patterns. We're going to play even more instruments. And the patterns are going to get a little crazy. I'm going to challenge you guys. This is a smart class and I think we can do it. But we're going to have to use our ears as hard as we can. We're going to have to use our eyes. Know who's playing the same part. Play right with them. Get that steady beat going. And it's going to sound pretty cool by the end once we add everything in. So let's go over the stuff we've done already. So who can tell me one of the patterns we've done? Say.
Snapping clap.
The snapping clap. So remember that one? Clap, snap, clap, 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 snap, clap. 1, 2, ready, and stop. Good. Alright, we're remembering stuff. The faster we get quiet like that, if you guys can keep that up, we're going to be able to rotate, everyone's going to play even more instruments, and we're going to have a good time. Alright, who can name another pattern that we've talked about? Yes.
Walk.
The walk. So how did that one go? Top, 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 top. So now ask yourself right now while we're doing this, are you patting your legs right with the person next to you? Now that we're using our ears to think about that, are you right with me now? There we go. Now we're really using our ears, and it's right together. If we can keep this steady pulse right together every time, we're going to be in good shape. 1, 2, ready, and stop. Awesome. Who can name another pattern we did?
The run.
The run. So what are we thinking before we play the run? In our head, what words? Listen to each other. Very good. T-T-T-T, or running, 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 running. So I'm going to play the walk. I'd like everyone in here to play with me. We're going to play the running pattern. So I'm going to take a solo first, and then we'll bring you guys in. I'm playing the walk, walking down the road, beautiful day. But you guys have a bit more energy than me, so you're going to be running. So already, what words are you thinking in your head? Running, running, go ahead and pat that on your legs. So ask yourself, are you patting your legs right with the person next to you? Right with the person next to you. Running, running. Have everyone say it out loud. Running, 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 running. 1, 2, ready, and stop. Cool. So, when we're listening, we're all paying attention, this running thing is a breeze. If you start to run too fast, if I see people doing this, that's not right, right? Steady beat. You run steady. You don't start running really fast and then slow down a little bit, and then run really fast and then slow down a little bit. That's no way to run a race. Just steady, slow and steady. Did we do our love to drum pattern?
Yes.
We did. Who can tell me how we sing that part? Love to drums. I'll say it out loud. To drum. Love to drum. Love to drum. What we say every day, I'm sure. Love to drum. Love to drum. Love to drum. Pat on our legs. Drum. Love to 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 drum. About these words and say them out loud as we play, we will have no problem at all. If you say these words while you play, you will play correctly. You have to say it to play it. You have to say it to play it.
Let's play it.
I will say it and play it.
I will say it and play
I
it.
will say it so I can play it.
I will say it so I can play it.
I will say it so I can play it.
I will say it so I can play it.
Alright, so we got a contract, we got a verbal agreement. We're going to say our words to play our rhythms. Now we're going to get a little crazy. I'm going to challenge you guys and see if we can add on some new rhythms. Alright, so this first one is called the Bumblebee. You're the first class to get to do this. See how it goes. So everyone just say with me. Bumblebee, 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 bumblebee. How this is going to work. We're going to take our hands, back and forth, 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 back and forth. Bumblebee, 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 bumblebee.
Bumblebee, 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 bumblebee.
Play the rhythm. Bumblebee. Back and forth. Back and forth. Back and forth. Back. There you go. There you go. Move forward. Back and forth. Back and forth. Back and forth. 1, 2, ready, and stop. So that one is going to be a little tricky. Yes, sir.
Is that what those, what are they called, those things that you slide together?
They're sand blocks. My friend, you are ahead of the game. We're getting there. We'll get to these instruments in just a minute. So that's going to be a little bit of a tricky pattern. It is going to play it. What do you have to do?
Play it.
To play it, we are going to
Say it.
There you go. So if you're having a little trouble with that one, Bumblebee, our favorite animal, from now on, for the rest of class. If you say that out loud, you're going to have no problem at all. Alright, we got one more. It's called Humpty Dumpty. This is a good one. This is one of my favorite ones. Alright, say with me, Humpty Dumpty, 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 Humpty Dumpty. 1, 2, ready, stop. Cool. So, when we're patting our legs, one thing that is going to help you out and save your knees some trouble, if your hands are going above your head, you're going to hurt yourself. And it's going to be harder to play. Raise your hands. Show me with your hands about 6 inches. About just a guesstimate. Can I see everyone's hands? 6 inches. There you go. Now, raise your hands off of your knees about that 6 inches. That's a good padding height. Otherwise, it becomes a slap, and I don't want to hurt your knees. So let's play our Humpty Dumpty pattern, going that 6 inches off our knees. Humpty Dumpty, 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 Humpty Dumpty. All right, now we're going to get a little tricky. All right, check this out. I'm going to play me and row 1. We're going to lay down our steady beat with the walk, yeah? Then, I'd like row 3. You guys are going to come in with the run. While we're playing the walk, you're thinking tee, 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 tee. Row 2, I'm going to have you say it first before you play it, and then you're going to say it and play it. Our Humpty Dumpty, Humpty Dumpty, Humpty Dumpty. All right, row 1. Walk, 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 walk. Right with me. Alright, so row 3, what are we thinking? Right with me. You gotta use those ears, use those eyes. There you go. So, row 2, we're gonna say it first. Humpty Dumpty, Humpty Dumpty, Humpty Dumpty, Humpty Dumpty. 1, 2, pat those legs. Humpty Dumpty, Humpty going, row 2. Keep saying out loud. Bumblebee, Humpty Dumpty. Row 1, bumblebee, 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 bumblebee. I can't hear you. There we go. Now we're saying it. Good, row 3. Dumpty, Humpty Dumpty, Humpty Dumpty, bumblebee. Here we go, say it. Bumblebee, 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 Humpty Dumpty, Humpty Dumpty, bumblebee, 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 bumblebee. 1, 2, ready, and stop. Good. So you see how this is getting a bit complicated, right? Once we put this on instruments, we're going to have some pretty cool grooves going. Now imagine, we were just doing 3 patterns right there, just on our legs, and it was already getting pretty groovy. We have 6 patterns that we all know right now. Our walk, our run, our love to drum, snappity clap, bumblebee, and Humpty Dumpty.
Shaving a haircut.
Shaving a haircut. We did a little bit of that. I don't think we'll go to that one today. We're going to stick with our 2 new ones. I think these are going to work a little bit better. So, let me show you some of these instruments, how we're going to play them. We're going to play them a little bit different. My friends, with these short drums, we're going to hold them in one hand. Just hold this wood part so you're not touching this is called the drum head, the white part. And you want to just get this drum to vibrate. So remember I showed you how to play a high sound on the drum? Where does your hand hit to play a high sound? Yes, ma'am. The very edge, right? Who else can tell me something about how to play a high sound? Say. Bounce off. Very, very important whenever you hit the drum anywhere. Always want to bounce off like you're throwing a tennis ball at the wall. You're throwing a tennis ball at the wall, it's not going to stick there for a second and then bounce back, right? That's like playing a drum like this. And it's just sticking there for a second and then coming back. And it sounds dead, it sounds kind of... Now try this, listen to this. Much different. The whole drum is vibrating